Yo, GM, welcome back, guys, to the $1 Trade Show, where Nick and we share everything that's happening with prediction markets. And today we have a special guest, Frederick from Robin Markets. Welcome,
GM,
Frederick.
GM. Good to be here. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I like the intro music. It creates
Thank
some
you.
anticipation.
It was AI generated. We never know what we're going to get. So we had like porn movie music on one day as our intro. It was like fucking big bass guitar, like dong ba da dong dong dong. I was like, I'm not sure what we're supposed to do now, Diego. After that music, are we supposed to do? Are we
Just
turning into
vibe.
cam boys?
it's always
Fair enough,
it's
man.
always a surprise. Yeah.
Yeah, I
That
like
was
it.
good. That was kind of like grimy and deep. I was feeling that music this time. I was like, yeah, let's go.
It
But
was
are you
cool.
saying
Yeah.
it changes every time?
It's random.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's random.
It's
Okay,
AI
I
generated by
see.
the platform. So
Oh, I
you
got
pick like
lucky
so I
then.
picked down tempo one day. I picked like slow hip hop and it actually just sounded like porn music. So
Okay, so
it
there
was
there's not a porn category. It was just
no,
disguised.
No,
no.
it wasn't
Maybe
intentional.
they should make one to be able to like make sure no porn music gets into other categories. That's what they should do.
It could be something. I think the algorithm already understands our vibe. So it gets the right song.
What porn? Adult
Could
content.
be. I don't know if everything goes wrong with the markets. I don't know. We could be the next Cam Boys. Who
Yeah,
knows,
we
right?
could work for Andrew Tate.
Yeah. Okay, guys, let's get down to what actually matters. And further, great to have you on the show. So you're building Robin. I have Robin Twitter here. So if you guys don't know Robin Markets yet, give them a follow. Please introduce you. Who are you? How did you get into crypto and especially into prediction markets?
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me. Super good to be here. I quite enjoy these live streams, just kind of going off script, vibing, talking about stuff. So excited for the episode. To start with myself, I would say that first and foremost, I'm a trader and a market enthusiast. I've been trading for over 10 years now. Started with sports betting when I was 15 years old, betting on hockey. It's quite a big thing where I'm from in Northern Europe. And from there, just kind of never got off, I guess, threading the needle, kind of being on the edge of is it gambling addiction or is it fascination? But I started trading sports odds on Betfair, which I think is one of the OG prediction markets, actually. And
Yeah, it's a bit an
there's still
exchange.
a, yeah, exactly. And I guess that was my first touch point with prediction markets, and kind of through the Betfair trading community, got introduced to poker, started playing poker, and then through poker, got more touch points with crypto as well. And made a bit of money in the 2017 bull run, sold way too early, and then just watched in agony as everything went up 100x from there. And as things came crashing down, I felt like kind of a relief that okay, all of this was a scam, thank God. And then in 2020, it started kind of popping back up everywhere again, and I started seeing it more and more on all my social feeds. So I thought, okay, I really have to look into this now because I don't want to make the same mistake I did in 2017 and just out of basically because I didn't, really look into it. I just gambled a bit on the prices and since then been full-time crypto, and of course also have a degree in finance and have worked a bit in strategy consulting and finance and whatnot, but mostly been spending my time in the trenches. And I think the clearest prediction market moment for me was last summer. Actually started looking into, so last, not this summer but the one before, 2024, started looking
Mhm.
into Futarchy and MetaDAO, and through there kind of again revived my interest for prediction markets as a whole, and been building things in prediction markets ever since together with my co-founder.
Pretty cool, man. And what you were bringing here with Robin is a way to generate yield on your poly market positions. Is that correct?
That's exactly correct. So I think we kind of we built a few things in prediction markets that were extremely um, niche ideas, and they didn't really get any traction because I guess the whole market size was like 10 people. So we looked again at prediction markets with the perspective of what would be the most important problem to solve here, and realized that I guess the biggest friction point is liquidity. And we tried to tackle that issue by essentially incentivizing taker volume on a lot of long duration markets by sort of adding in a risk-free rate for prediction market returns. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I think that expression might be a little bit misleading. Nothing is risk-free. There's always smart
Mm-hmm.
risk, bridging risk, whatnot involved when we do these things. But that's kind of to illustrate the concept.
Mm-hmm. So,
So
no, sorry, just to, I don't want to interrupt you, but I was just trying out the platform here, and I was checking the docs. So it's all laid down here in the doc. So if you're listening or watching us, I invite you to go to staking.robin.markets, see for yourself. But let me ask you something. I mean, every time it's the first thing that comes to my mind. How do I work here? So I was checking here. I connected my wallet. I got a position here on Poly Market, on this market
nice.
here, fast decrease interest rates. So I see my position here. Then I come to Robin. I can stake my position. Please guide me through this. So I'm staking here. And what happens? What is happening? I mean, behind the scenes here, what's going on?
Yeah, that's a great question. So um, I think most people know this, but everyone doesn't. But essentially, polymarket positions are tokenized. They are tokens living on the blockchain. So when you stake your position, you transfer that token to our smart contract. And what we do is we take positions and match them up on a peer-to-peer basis. So if you stake yes tokens on this market, and I stake my no tokens, then we will match those two tokens or positions up to create a delta neutral position. And in
Mm-hmm.
this MVP product that we've built, we what we do is we take the matched up tokens, we go to the polymarket conditional token contract, and we merge those tokens into USDC. We then take
Mm-hmm.
that USDC and deploy it into Aave on Polygon, where the yield is actually generated.
Mm-hmm. And let me, I was reading the documentation yesterday, and about this, I totally get it, that how no and yes tokens, you can match them to each one of them become $1. But when I deposit, for example, $1 on this market here in Poly Market,
Mm.
this dollar is deposited on a Poly Market contract, and I get a token that represents that position. When I deposit this token here on Robin, I mean, what happened? Where does this dollar comes from? Is it still on Polymarket contract, or it
No, yeah.
wrong to be transferred to Aave?
Yeah, it's a good question. So yeah, it's not anymore on Polymarket contracts. It will now be in our contracts instead, and we
Okay.
take out the USDC from Polymarket contracts and deposit that into Aave. So if you are looking at this from the Polymarket perspective, they don't know at all where those positions went or what they're doing now. But
Okay.
our contracts, I guess one of the biggest value propositions is that it's all on chain and it's all verifiable, and all the accounting of whose position is where and who is owed what how much is all happening in our contracts in a decentralized way, essentially preventing us from rugging you.
Cool.
So
Cool. Mhm.
uh, yeah, that is the app in a bigger picture. And
Yeah.
what we're working on now for a full scale launch is a synthetic stablecoin where we would no longer be taking TVL out of Polymarket, but instead wrapping positions and minting new stables on top of that.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this way it becomes a little bit less extractive from the Polymarket TVL, but doing it with the this like merging to USDC wave was just much easier way to build it, to prove the concept and prove that people actually want this application.
Okay. This is actually really interesting. So the end so as I was going through here while you were saying, I was able to deposit my tokens here on Polymarket on Robin. So I don't see them anymore here on my Polymarket portfolio. And at any time I can withdraw them from here, and then I will see them in a few seconds back there on Polymarket. This is pretty interesting. So congrats to what you're doing. And this idea of using these conditional tokens as, I mean, to back a stable coin, it's even more exciting. And it looks really cool.
Yeah, thanks a lot. And I really think that, this is I really
Thanks,
love
man.
prediction markets just from I think the trading experience itself is quite engaging and quite fun. It feels much more like a game, like playing poker, for instance. I guess to a certain extent, because the books are quite illiquid still, so it's much more clear when the price is moving, how it moves, in contrary to liquid perpetual futures or crypto tokens where you have 10 big market makers all providing a super tight spread.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it is a huge problem that the most valuable markets from a societal perspective are often these very long-term markets. Like we already have markets on the next election, we have markets on all the
Mm-hmm.
world leaders, dictatorships, wars. These are the ones where you actually can get information that is, in one way or another, more unbiased than what media can provide you with. And I think
Yeah.
creating incentives for actually having liquidity on those markets is what really excites me.
Yeah, yes. I mean,
Yeah.
totally, totally. I mean, we've been talking how can prediction markets are being built as a new primitive for the financial system, and what Robin is doing just highlights how true this is. So
Yeah,
great.
I've had a few
Yeah.
conversation with traditional betting people, and they always they essentially try to they see prediction markets as a competitor for them, but I have to reframe it for them and go like, you need to understand this is decentralized finance with a betting front end. And then when you
Yeah.
say that to them, they're like, oh, and I was like, yeah, people will be lending and getting leverage and stuff like that off their positions. You can't do that with what you're doing currently in your traditional betting world. And when you say that to them, like these are the like seasoned betters, like people that run proper companies and operators, ones that you know, and
Yeah.
they're just like, oh, like their face just kind of goes, oh, what? And it's like, yeah, you're just doing a front end that looks like yours because everybody likes it and they understand it. I was like, but we're doing a big DeFi play in the background. This is why we talk about crypto and less about actual like traditional betting and
Yeah.
Kalshi to a certain degree.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. No, no, I totally agree.
Yeah, and before we move to the next section of the show, I just want to ask something. So the last question about Robin here. And once again, if you're listening or watching us, I invite you to check it out. Give it a try, see for yourself, and that's it. Tell us a little bit about the rewards before we move forward. What is these rewards and this point system? Because people get really
Yeah,
excited about points and winning something. Or
that's right. That's right.
You
So
say
these
people, we mean
points.
Diego.
everybody, bro, everybody. I was already looking for a referral link here so I can share.
We can definitely provide you with that. So uh, there's two components to these points right now, and I will say this is just the very early stage of this points program, but this Genesis vault that you can see on the front page, it's now filled already, so there's not really any way to access it. Okay, you can see it's $1 left of TVL in the gap. This vault will distribute 50,000 points to all the stakers over the course of the duration. I believe it ends December 17th. And then if you missed out on this vault, you can go ahead and stake a position on the regular marketplace. It's completely permissionless, so you can stake any position on any market, and you can provide us with some feedback by filling out a little formula that you will should find quite easily on the staking page or here on the rewards page as well. And if you do that, you also get a few hundred points. I believe it's 250 points going through this. Now, this might take you 5 to 10 minutes, so up to you if you think it's worth it. But this has been a really good way for us to get user feedback and really understand what we need to improve for the full scale launch. And what we'll do with these points towards the end is, it's going to be a combination of an airdrop, of course, and an allocation to a funding round for the project as well.
Amazing.
Nice.
Thanks a lot for sharing that. Now I want to invite you, so we move forward to the next section of the show. Just want to say once again, guys, it's pretty interesting what you guys are doing with Robin. So if you're listening or watching us, give it a try. And yeah, we are going to keep an eye what you're building. Okay,
Thanks a lot, guys.
no, thanks, and let's move forward here. Stick with us so we go through the contents that we have from the last few days. And the most important thing, I think, in my opinion, was the CFTC approval for Polymarket. So Shane Copeland, Polymarket founder, posted this. So today, Polymarket US was approved by the CFTC for intermediated trading, which means letting people trade Polymarket through their brokerages, a key milestone for meeting the US financial system. Much props to our legal and US ops teams. This process has historically taken years. It took us 4 months. Yes, late nights, early days. The admin and commission are built different. The pace throughout feedback on applications working through weekends, unprecedented. Bravo. That's it. So basically, guys, what CFTC means, it's a regulatory front of the US government that deals with futures, options, and derivatives. It's different from the SEC, which regulates stocks, bonds, and securities, and it just highlights how prediction markets are being understood by regulators as a new way of a new tool of the financial system. It's not gaming, it's not betting, it is a financial tool,
It's something
actually.
totally different, and it's the same issues that crypto had and still does have, right? If they clear up the issues with prediction markets before they clear up the issues with crypto, I'll be really pissed off. Um, but yeah, no, it helps when you've got a board member who runs one of the biggest stock exchanges in the world to really understand people.
For
Did any
sure.
of you guys see that interview with Tarek from Kalshi? And it's like, why have you got Donald Trump Jr. on your as an advisor? And he couldn't answer it. It was, and the woman was like, but and he has the president's ears, and you could see in his behind his eyes, just like 2 centimeters deep. He wanted to say because he's the son's president, but he couldn't say that. And that's why he's got him there, right? It's just like
Yeah,
he's not phoning in calls and stuff like that. He's not participating.
yeah. It's
No,
it's not
yeah.
wrong. I mean, it's part of the game, right? I mean, you play with the cards that you have, and
Your
if you have
network
access.
equals your net worth. That's
Exactly,
basically it.
exactly. And so that announcement made waves, and we saw Nick Presler from Melee Markets also highlighting a once in a generation shift in the financial system is happening. Prediction markets will be used as a financial asset like options and futures, and everyone has the opportunity to not only witness it but participate in it. And yeah,
I'm curious, what do you guys think about if you go to polymarket.com, you can see that this market for will Polymarket US go live in 2025 is still only trading at 74% chance despite this announcement.
we
Yeah,
we
because they're not actually. Diego and I were chatting about this
hold
morning.
your
That's
horses.
not them.
Hold your
Oh, but
horses.
wait, no,
We are
wait.
going to talk
There's
about
a
it.
running order.
The-
All right,
yeah,
okay.
sorry,
I'll
we
hold
don't
back.
have a
I,
script,
I
but
was
we have
just,
a
I was
running
like,
order.
let's go.
No, yeah, but I know Nick we're going to kill me if we mess the running order. I know that. I know, but
Oh
we
yeah,
have
I
it
don't like
here.
it when people fuck with the running
We
order.
have it here. We have it here. We are going to talk about it in a few minutes.
Okay,
Uh,
okay, okay. Well,
Okay.
let's get to it. Let's get to it then.
it's still about the announcement. So the CFTC amended Polymarket's order of designation, allowing it to work with futures commission merchants to list contracts. So touching what you asked, I mean, it's not that Polymarket US is going live. This is not the announcement. The announcement is Polymarket
No.
can be, so people can trade Polymarket through other merchants. That's it. Before, Polymarket could only offer direct access. Most approximately, it would pave the way to go live with price picks. Also from Dustin, he said, the possibility of maximum cows for prediction markets before Thanksgiving. Oh, by the way, guys, if you are in the US and if you celebrate Happy Thanksgiving to all of you, I forgot that about. So there is
That's right.
apparently some chance that Nevada will start a criminal prosecution against Cauchy. We talked about that last week from Cauchy's emergency motion after losing in court today. We know how Cauchy has been suffering with these lawsuits, especially in Nevada, but they are fighting the good fight, which is good for the whole industry around prediction markets.
For sure.
Okay, any comment, guys, before I move to this? Because this one also caught my attention. Robinhood is introducing a new futures and derivatives exchange and clearinghouse, deepening our investment in prediction markets and better position us to deliver innovative products to our customers. So, what I got from this, correct me if I'm wrong, so we know that Robinhood has this partnership with Cauchy to offer prediction markets on sports, but it seems that they are moving away from that. They are doing their own thing now, which is kind of the same that FanDuel and other traditional betting companies are going to play with, right?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like a direct attack because, from what I understand in the numbers, Robinhood prop Cauchy up a lot, right? Like 50% of their trading volume comes through Robinhood. Now, clearly, these guys haven't managed to come to an agreement that's mutually beneficial. So Robinhood's looks like they've decided to go off and do their own thing. But in saying that, didn't they release an L1 or something a couple of months ago that were about to tokenize all these assets in the world? What happened to that? Right?
I think, yeah.
Where's that? Where is that? That they
There
were
was
supposed to tokenize all the stock exchange assets, and
there
then
was some fights
OpenAI
about
said,
that.
"If we don't
Remember?
sue you." Yeah, OpenAI
Yeah,
said is like, "Okay, what's 2 billion?
exactly. Yeah.
We spend 100 billion on compute all year. What's 2 billion to crush you guys with a lawsuit? Nothing. That's 2 hours of compute for us. We'll just go."
Yeah, I
So
don't know.
yeah,
I think that
not unexpected.
the thing is, I
And
think just these companies, they have so much money and so many sources that if the game is a stablecoin, they're going to play the stablecoin games. If the game is tokenizing, let's tokenize everything. And now, if they think prediction markets is the next big thing for them, they will just try to reach out in every front. And since they have the means to.
well, yeah, no, they do, but also it's clear that prediction markets are a long-term runner. Like
Yeah.
it's very clear because even this week I was speaking to an operator here who have a license in the US and they're building a prediction market. They're building a Cauchy version of prediction market. They're not building an on-chain version, but still they're all going in for prediction markets now. So the space is not even near the size it's going to be. And as we've always said, prediction markets haven't left the US yet.
I knew you would say that. You know why? Prediction markets. So let me share with you because we had a prediction markets on that. I know everything you're going to say. Let me share this clip with you guys because we have some moments of fun in the show as well. Just give me a second here. This guy Clement is really fun. This is a cute one. Okay, let me play this to you.
What are you looking at over there?
Just a prediction market on whether or not Donald Trump is going to fart during his press conference today. He was spotted eating a breakfast burrito, and the last time he did that, he farted 3 times during his press conference.
I don't know, man. This kind of feels stupid.
I knew you would say that. If there was a prediction market on whether or not you say that would be stupid, I would have nailed that. It was the easiest yes ever. You know what's not going to be stupid is when prediction markets take over every facet of your life. What do you use right now to sports gamble?
DraftKings?
Use prediction markets! You're getting rich right now in all your spreads. The casino's taking all your money. Instead, use peer-to-peer markets. Use Polymarket, idiot. It's like you like losing money. How do you think I knew that you were going to wear green underwear this morning, huh?
You know what color my underwear is?
I know everything because of prediction markets. I will make money on everything related to you. Whether or not you have a girlfriend, whether or not you crash your car tomorrow, there's going to be a line on it. And when there is, I'm going to make every single dollar possible on it.
I don't know, man. I just don't know if this prediction market stuff is for me.
I knew you would say that!
That's
Oh,
amazing. I
That's
really,
that's hilarious.
that's one of the I mean, for me, this is the best video that I've seen in prediction markets in a while. Even better
if
than the one from the Louvre. Def, to
if
remember.
um if Clemente watches this, Clemente, I'm not. Is it? Yeah, it is. And I'm
Of
slightly
course, he
concerned he's going to
watches
take
it.
a
What
he's going
what
to
else
take a
he
stroke.
would be
See
doing
that
here?
fucking that vein in his head? I'm worried that man's going to die. He can't keep doing videos like that. He does. Yeah, his videos are great. He does
Yeah,
the scripting on it sometimes is so accurate that it's like it makes you feel weird. Like when he does the Bitcoin Maxi stuff, is fucking. You're just like, oh, I know those guys. I know.
I
I
know.
know
I know you would say that. I know you would say that.
them. Yeah.
So
Are
that's
you a fan
pretty
of
fun.
Clemente, Frederick?
So
Yeah, definitely. I came across him a few months ago. I think he's hilarious. Actually, he nails it often.
yeah,
Yeah, and
and
Nick O'Neill, the choose rich guy, like
uh-huh.
he's another one. Is excellent, and he makes your skin crawl. That like they're in the wrong business. They should be actors. They should be like
Yeah.
method actors. They're up there with Christian Bale and all that. Like they're as far as I'm concerned, like the way they embody those characters freaks me the fuck out. Is because it's so accurate. They should be in Hollywood.
By the way, since you talked about Christian Bale, we are going to cover his content here as well.
What? Christian
Yes,
Bale?
and he
All
works
right.
for Cauchy, just like Aaron. We have a I have these two projects that I have to work on during December and January. So I will going to write a fanfic about how Cauchy is hiring people from Hollywood, and people that are really successful in Hollywood are now moving to Cauchy. I'm gonna write a fanfic about that, and how. I don't know if you guys are. You probably guys heard about the carnival in Brazil. It's just like Mardi
Oh yeah, I
Gras
may
in the
never have
US.
heard of that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so again to create this Shan Copeland wig so people can wear that on Carnival here. And they say, okay, prediction market, prediction market. Okay, let's move forward with something important here. So I think this is kind of the mainstream part of prediction markets. So poly markets going to 60 minutes this week, which is one of I can say if this is one of the biggest one, but it's a really important TV show in the US. They are going to
Yeah.
talk about Polymarket. And basically, in this short video here, Shane Copeland just highlights how he thinks that prediction markets are the best truth for that the humankind created to find truth about facts. And we've been talking about this. This is the narrative that most people believe in, but what we need to get exactly to this. And I just wanted to highlight also this post from Ivan because we are going to cover his content as well. And Ivan has been putting some, I mean, he shared how he was, let's say,
He had
basic.
issues with the resolution method at Polymarket multiple times
Exactly.
and was very
That's
pissed
it.
off about it. And it's
Exactly.
fair.
Yeah, it's fair, but I just wanted to highlight since we are going to talk about some criticism that he's not only a hater at all because he was just showing
No,
support here. Yeah, so this is cool and I support. It's more mainstream attention from Polymarket to become more professional and run a tire ship. And happy for Shane personally, he's worked hard for this. Credit here, it's
that
due.
was that a
That's it.
backhanded compliment
Maybe,
to
kind
become
of.
more professional
Yeah,
and
more
run a tighter
professional
ship?
and run a
I
tire.
feel like there's a bit of a wee stab in there.
Yes,
Like now's
yes.
your opportunity to do it properly, Shane.
So
This is what
which
people call hard love. Oh, sorry, Frederick. Go ahead, man.
which market was it? Was it the Zelensky suit market, or where? I remember there
No,
was a big thing with
there was
It
Ivan.
was
multiple ones,
not.
and I can't remember what the last one.
I don't remember the last one. But the thing
The
is,
last
he lost some good money on that one, and he was complaining about the resolution based on the rules because he was playing,
Mhm.
and we've been highlighting this how you should pay attention to the rules, not exactly on the question or the title of the market. And he was just really pissed about how it I think there was a clarification to the rules and he was just
Mhm.
highlighting, dude, that's not the first time that it happens. I don't handle this anymore. And he just said
yeah,
that he wasn't playing with that. And he's one of the
Right.
top traders there.
and he had a polymarket badge and everything. He got them to remove it. It took about 4 weeks. to remove
Yeah,
that
yeah,
from the head. But which was also a funny joke we were talking about.
yeah. So moving forward here, this is Tarek from Kaushi, and they were just saying, okay, there was this article here on Bloomberg. Kaushi's taking aim at stock exchanges. Why not? And let's go through this post here from Tarek. So most people don't know this. I didn't know this, but 100 years ago, prediction markets were a major part of American finance. There weren't fringes experiments. Wall Street ran massive, organized election markets that exceeded daily stock market volumes. Newspaper covered them constantly and treated them as the country's main forecasting tool. It's pretty interesting. I actually didn't know that. Today, since we have come full circle with Bloomberg reporting, prediction markets will be where information is aggregated and prices set, with the New York Stock Exchange and its ilk relegated to processing orders. To some extent, this has already happened. So Cauchy started from the idea that every major asset class has a financial market: stock, credit, commodities, FX. But there wasn't one for simple questions about the future that carry economic and social weight. If we could build that market, it could become one of the largest. Stock traders already use Cauchy Tesla market because it lets them isolate the drivers of a company and price each one cleanly, such as Tesla deliveries this quarter, or when will Tesla launch unsupervised FSD. Prediction markets let you disaggregate complex outcomes into probability weighted components and build better financial models. But that's just the starting point. Prediction markets are a superset of every other market. Dude, this is a great phrase. Prediction
Yeah,
markets
yeah.
are a superset of every other market. Weather risk, macro release, elections, crypto, sports, geopolitics. They are structurally uncapped. All of finance will ultimately flow down for a single canonical source of truth. Liquid markets that price the future directly. Prediction markets. Dude, we should put this on a wall, right? On a plate or shirt and this kind of thing. This end here is beautiful. What do you guys think about it?
You go,
I agree.
Frederick.
I agree. I mean, I think that's what interests me about this is because like any type of instrument you have is in a certain way a prediction market, but it's just a meta game of say a stock price. Like this example here is like a meta valuation of all the different value drivers, and you can have different theories. And there's this like academic theory with about the efficient market hypothesis, which I'm not sure I agree with completely, but it presents these different levels of efficiency in markets. And I certainly think that prediction markets are getting us towards a more absolute efficient market as a whole, which is very exciting because information asymmetry is, I think it's a good thing to have more democratic access to information, basically.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know. Let's just
Go
quickly
ahead.
cover the single canonical source of truth. Is there ever such a thing as a single source of truth?
What?
No,
What?
no.
What did he
That's
say? What did he
is there
say?
ever such a thing as a single source of truth? Because if there was a single source of truth, then there would be no motivation to participate, because then you wouldn't be able to make money.
There wouldn't be
Yeah,
an edge, you mean?
right. There's no edge.
Mm-hmm.
People make money in the gaps between the truth and the outcome. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
makes
Yeah.
sense. That makes sense. I think that makes sense. So yes, we don't want it to be too efficient because then none of us can make money, right?
Makes sense.
Essentially,
I get what you mean. I get it.
you
But
know.
but I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we only know if it's efficient kind of at the end, at the resolution.
That's
In
true.
between, when while it's developing, I mean, it's trying to reach some level of efficiency.
Yeah,
Sometimes it
yeah,
will reach, and sometimes it will reach, sometimes it will not.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Agreed.
yeah.
Okay. So moving forward, this okay, Auli. Shout out to Auli, and here it is. This is why I'm going to work on the fanfic about Hollywood stars moving to work with Kaushi. It was just highlighting here generational run to become the largest financial markets on the planet. That's it.
Yeah.
So, okay, before we talk about poly markets, US going public, just needed to highlight this. And this was posted on Polymarket Trade. To whom it may concern, all G's, Turks, and Nigerian LARPing and the e-girls will have their Polymarket affiliate badges resigned by end of the day tomorrow. It was posted on the 23rd, 24th. So Polymarket Twitter has gotten pretty bad lately since most active users only post AI slop. Many don't even have the slightest clue of how Polymarket works. But what in the actual fuck is this? A racist post tweeted an official Polymarket account, retweeted by Polymarket's Twitter growth lead. I'm fucking speechless. And I mean, it really caught our attention because this sounded really, really awkward. Don't know what
Yeah.
happened here. And then based on this, Ivan said, "Oh, don't worry, but Polymarket cares. It's just not about what matters to you. Best I can do is offer another badge." That was harsh. Yeah.
It
And
had to
then
be.
he shared here. I think this, I mean, it's not clear here, but I think he shared an email here about when he asked for Polymarket about the situation that was going on with the resolution, and when he asked it for them to remove the badge. Okay, where is this from? October trading recap. But okay,
Yeah.
this is also a post from here, his Substack.
Yeah.
Right.
So not everything are flowers in this space as well,
No,
guys.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. And that was a huge thing. And what I think is actually worse about that is nobody's come out and said we fucked
I
up.
didn't see
They,
anything,
they
right?
just
I didn't see
well,
anything like
the
that.
head of growth, the head of growth retweeted it, and then everything got deleted, and they didn't say shit about it. And
Yeah, that's the
it's just
worst
like,
part.
yeah, that's the worst bit because that you build trust by making mistakes and making up for the mistakes, like
Yeah,
rebuilding trust.
Mm.
But if you're just going to do shit like that and then not say anything, that it's
yeah,
kind of like, all right, okay, so we know what you guys are like underlying, like if you don't address your problems head on.
yeah. That's the thing. I mean, some
And
some
that's
some
what
some
Ivan was getting
problems.
at, I think, as well. It's just like on the outside it looks okay, but when you start getting into the nitty gritty, it's not
Yeah,
as it's not as friendly.
yes. I know it's
And
a
then when you've got
chaotic
Cook,
environment,
I mean, when you've got
and
Cook,
Cook
who's
just trying
openly been
to.
called racist, he even calls
Yeah,
himself racist. I don't know if that's a joke, but
I
it's
don't
just
know.
like,
Yeah, people has been calling him a racist as well, but I mean, anyway, he was just taking advantage of this to call for more
yeah.
audience. And this is something that people has commenting lately on Twitter, about where the account is based. And by the way,
Mm,
Mm.
this is not accurate at all because it
this is
shows that
not
our
accurate.
account is
No.
based on Nigeria. So
Yeah.
Nick is in the UK, I'm in Brazil, but our account is based in Nigeria. I don't
And
know how.
I know what's happening, right? Because we gave somebody in Nigeria access to our account for a
It's your
couple of
account.
weeks
Yeah,
because they were running
Mm.
spaces, and they're getting the location from the app store. So the app store shares your data with them, and then they apply that. They don't use the actual in-app location. So that's how they're doing it.
yeah, and
We'll
of
just keep ours
course,
as Nigeria so people can hate
yeah,
on
I
us.
don't mind. It doesn't matter. So, and of course,
Poly market might block us.
Kaushi people use this. And if I were Indian, Turks, Nigeria, I would never open Polymarket again after last night's
Oh
tweet.
God,
Yeah, that is. Imagine someone insulting the three of the largest growing crypto demographics in the attempt to be funny. What's worse?
that is true.
Backpedaling and deleting after doing so. Yeah, I mean, it's just the usual fight that you see Polymarket and Kaushi people. But
Kelsey.
yeah, anyway, that
Yeah.
Yeah, I
wasn't
saw
cool at all.
some other weak stuff like rebuts from Kalshi, and I was just like, no, none of that makes sense. What's your
Yeah,
thoughts, Fudrick?
I mean, I think they definitely overstepped, just probably trying to be funny and edgy, but it was just
Mm,
not cool at all. And I think,
it's a fine line, right?
yeah, it's a fine line, but I think it's just kind of weird to target like specific nationalities and say, hey,
Mm,
all of you
yeah,
guys are
yeah.
gonna get banned. But yeah, felt like it was a little bit punching down. That being said, I mean, the way prediction market X has evolved over the last months. I mean, most of the posts are absolute slop and cancerous.
Oh
So
yeah.
I
Yeah.
totally get it. Also being like, now we're not going to be handing out affiliate badges to people
But
that just. I mean, this age-old trick of LARPing as a hot woman just to get attention. I think we've seen it time and time again in crypto. But I don't get why these nationalities have to take the blame for it. I
That's
think
it.
exactly,
that's
it.
where they
I know,
fucked
and
up.
also the prediction market industry. When we'll say this, we'll just call it Kalshi and Polymarket. Created that by like just handing out badges to everybody and anybody.
Yeah.
You know, in order to get volume. They've stopped that now, and it seems to be like they're reeling it in, which I think is good. But it got a bit crazy because you were seeing accounts that were created 2 months before with smoking hot chicks on it, and they had a Kalshi badge or a poly. You're just like, this is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just crazy. And
Yeah.
then you see other people with badges, and you can tell they don't understand, but they're content writers, and they're just writing stuff that just doesn't make any sense, or
Yeah.
shows the lack of like understanding of what's happening. But again, they were
Yeah.
still rocking badges. So I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
if they could pull in the badges and be a bit more choosy about who they hand their badges to, I think that would be better for everybody in general.
Yeah,
Yes.
I agree. And I feel like I did see somewhere Polymarket address this and say sorry, but I couldn't find the tweet. I was looking for it now, actually. I couldn't find it anywhere. So, Polo,
Ah,
you're
right.
right.
It'd be cool if you do find that, like share it with us because we'd retweet it and stuff like that. 'Cause
Yeah.
Yeah.
people make mistakes. That's totally cool, but you got to kind of take responsibility for the shit you done. Say sorry and then move on.
That's it.
I think I found it now, actually. Uh, I think,
If you want to send to me, we have a private chat here. Send the link that I. And guys, just
yeah.
for the sake of clarity, I don't care where you were born. I don't care to your religion or your color. I just don't like you if you are over 26 years and still wear Vans. Unless you are a professional skateboarder. That's
Okay,
it.
so he's got
That's
a
it. That's it.
nobody is not completely unbiased, and at least Dago's is very narrow. So that's the best you can ask for in this life. Being narrowly bigoted.
That's it.
People wear bands who are over 26.
So
The-
meanwhile, while you search for the link there, I just needed to
I sent on
share.
Telegram. Yeah.
Oh, cool, great.
Okay,
I
we'll
think I
grab it.
found it here. Just wanted to share this. Mahdi, who is his, I think his product in Polymarket, our product team is disgustingly good. Goddamn. And then 50 pence. Then add and searches. So two words don't yield 400 results. We can buy like it's 1999. This was really cool. This one deserved some highlight here. Okay, where this is a tweet. Okay, the post earlier this week from an unofficial company account was unacceptable, and we take full. Oh, okay, good. I didn't see this here. I was looking for
Oh yeah,
into their account and to the official Poly Market account. So
yeah.
post earlier this week from an official company account was unacceptable, and we take full responsibility. As an Indian American looking up the history of the term suck, I've always found engagements to be far more effective than rage and believe this came from a place of misunderstanding, not hate. Uncomfortable conversations to understand each other is a practice to live and breathe. And we had one here this week to make us stronger. We apologize for the pain and we are committed to doing better. Okay.
Great. I'm going to add that to the tweet thread so everybody sees it.
Yeah.
That's
Cool.
cool. It would have been better if it came from the actual Polymarket account, but
At least
Yeah.
from the Polymarket Trader, right? Because they are
Yeah.
related to this Polymarket Trader account here. So this was the account that originally posted a tweet. So I was checking this last night and I didn't see. But yeah, I mean, it's good. So Neil Kumar CLO at Polymarket. Okay, good. So we have a little bit of clarification. Now, I'm not saying that it fixed, but okay, clarification.
Yeah.
Okay, moving forward with this, Nick Tomayo was talking about prediction market a lot in the last few days. So prediction markets are positive sum for the next 10 years. Polymarket, Robinhood, Coinbase, Kalshi, Underdog, DraftKings, FanDuel, Fanatics, many more coming. People love to build up the rivalry and competition, but there's plenty of room for many who do great work to win. And here we have weekend prediction markets. Yes, that's it. And competition will be good for the space.
Yes.
Um, I mean, we know that Cauchy and Poly market have been dominating. We've been talking about how opinion has been growing. That at least it's what the data shows. But I mean, as a new financial primitive, prediction markets are still crawling. You know, we are not on prediction market super cycle. We have a lot of things to see in the upcoming years.
What do you think he means when he says it's positive sum?
I think what he's saying is even though there's competition, like for example, what you guys are doing at Robin, what you do
Mm,
at Robin and what Arseni, for example, is doing at Yonder, it adds to the space. You know, it's not
mm,
adding only to Polymarket or to Cauchy because we have Cauchy analytics, Polymarket analytics. I think for example, the contents that data that dashboards has been putting out, it adds to the space as a whole. We evolve as a
mm.
whole. Even though these or that projects are building specific tools that they will take advantage of, I think in the long run, everybody gets benefits from that.
Mm.
Yeah, I think what I took from it is less about the side projects and more about actual prediction markets having far more competition. Because right now it is basically a centralized game where it sits in between two people, right? So 50% of the market share sits with two companies, which if that was taken to some sort of government body, they would be like, we need to sort this out, right?
Mhm.
Mm.
Because you can't have
Right.
two companies running an entire industry. That doesn't work. But we'll see a lot more competition coming in from traditional betting. And I've said this for months, but DraftKings is one of them. I spoke to one the other day who's very big in the UK. They're launching one over in the US. So, like, prediction, Polymarket and Kalshi need to understand that this is coming to them. They like started something, but they're not going to be able to hold entire market dominance because these
Yeah.
other players have billions of their own money and know how to play the regulators and already have a user base that is probably 100 or 200 times bigger than Polymarkets and Kalshi's put together.
Yeah.
So I think it is good that they're coming in because when we launched testnet and Groovy, it was very difficult because it happened right when Badge Wars started, and we could not be heard. And it's
Mm.
like it's net not good when there's only two players who are noisier than literally everybody else. And even Limitless actually. Now I saw you had Limitless up there. Like Limitless is great, but it was being absolutely drowned out for 2 months because of Polymarket and Kalshi.
Yeah.
This is not good for an industry. It's not good for end users. It's not good for liquidity providers. It's not really good for anybody. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think but net positive that more people are coming to it because it will mean it will live for longer. It's not just like a blip; it's like a full-on runner.
Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So Nick said that half of the market, but actually, so this is from John Wang. I mean, it would be impossible to run a show without talking about him, but he was just sharing. He was
That's how
highlighting the
important he
growth.
is. He's made himself that
Yeah,
important.
yeah. So he was just highlighting the growth of Cauchy here. But what I wanted to talk about is this. So if we add here Polymarket and Cauchy, it's over 60% of mind share. And here still, even though Cauchy got more attention over time, but Cauchy and Polymarket still share like 60% of the mind share on crypto Twitter. It's,
Mm.
I mean, it's only two
Well,
players.
yeah, I don't think crypto Twitter is a good indicator. That's John
I mean,
pushing
it
some
is an echo
nonsense. That,
chamber. It is an echo
it's an
chamber,
echo
but
chamber. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, but I mean, as an industry, as a reference for the industry as a whole, it's a lot
No,
still.
kind of. Crypto Twitter. Don't forget, there's lots of other types of Twitter on Twitter. If
Mm.
you,
That's right.
I don't, if you've ever tried to break your echo chamber, like because on Twitter or on Instagram or whatever, just start liking shit you don't normally like, and you start to find out there's a whole world of people not talking about crypto or prediction markets.
Yeah,
It's
no,
fucking crazy.
actually,
Who would have
yeah,
thought?
that it's not. That's true. That's true. So this was fun as well. Most embarrassing things to do, and of course, I come from most embarrassing things to do in 2025. I obviously I commented wearing Vans if you're older. Anyway, clap when plane lands. DM me daily for a badge. Post your 10K steps milestone. This one. Know your customer to trade on prediction market. That's really cool. Not stack limitless points. By the way, they announced a buying back for the tokens and wear Crocs.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh, are
wear
they?
Crocs.
I wear Crocs. That motherfucker can go to hell. Crocs
I
are the
mean,
greatest thing in the world.
if
Writing
you
lists
wear them,
as a
if you
living.
wear them
I'm going
at
to go hard
home,
now. Writing lists for a living. Why don't you add that on there?
you can wear Crocs at home, not on the streets. It's not the kind of thing that you let people know.
I would add these cringe "I am X years old" posts, and this is what
Really?
I've learned. It's like, dude, when you're 30, you can't tell anybody about what you've learned in life yet. Your brain hasn't matured yet.
Yeah,
Scientific
that's
fact.
true. That's true. That's true. Yeah. I mean, you can teach things for teenagers, but that's it.
And toddlers and shit like that, like little
But I
kids.
mean,
Yeah,
but
I've done
nowadays, I
that.
mean, there's this talk about, I don't know how academic based that is, but people can be teenagers up to 25, 26. This is why my
Yeah,
reference to Air Vans is 26.
right.
Anyway, so Nick
That's
to
very
my,
scientific.
I mean, I try my best. I'm not a scholar, but I try my best. So Polymarket is one of the most viewed websites in the world. 16 million visits in October, up 80% from August. But we have the elections in New York. It was a
Yeah,
really high driven event for this. Coinbase
still do.
website traffic was down over same period. Nick probably will know better than this, than me, but let me finish reading this and I'm gonna ask you a question. So the craziest thing about Polymarket brand recognition is that the exchange is still not live for Americans to trade. When that changes soon, we'll see more of the biggest financial institutions in the world bringing billions in liquidity, millions of Americans trading sports, politics, entertainment, and culture, and an exponential increase in people relying on Polymarkets as a trusted information source. My best Polymarket draft flips Coinbase. I mean, does it matter? Because
No,
we were just discussing how Polymarket doesn't make money with traffic, so traffic doesn't matter at all. And does it make sense to compare that to Coinbase? Because I just assume most people will use Coinbase on an app, not on a website. So I don't think this includes traffic to the app.
y- yeah, probably won't. I don't know, Frederick. What's your thoughts?
Let me see here. Okay, so I mean, I agree with your take that Coinbase app is probably more relevant these days, and I think like there are two user groups for prediction markets. One is the people who actually trade them, and the second one is the people who use them for news. And I do think that over the past months, you have Polymarket and Kalshi featured in South Park. Now you have this 60 minutes episode. Like this behavior of checking the Polymarket is actually happening. So I totally buy that. I mean, this is impressive traffic numbers, but I think it's a lot of people just checking the app without placing any bets. Basically, is
Mm-hmm.
my point.
Yeah, and it's
Mm-hmm.
also not apples for apples, right? One's a crypto exchange; it does something totally different from from Polymarket. You really should have media companies in there if you want to show how much growth really
Yes.
is. So, what media companies is it flipping? Because I think you're totally right in saying a lot of people are just going to check, and I'm one of those people. I don't trade very much, um,
Yeah.
but I do go and check Polymarket quite a lot. So, and
Yeah.
I don't think
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what is framing it. I don't understand his rationale behind this because comparing Polymarket, if he's just looking at crypto businesses, yeah. But also let's wait till Bitcoin starts ripping and run that chart again, right? Because it's not going to be Polymarket,
Yeah.
right? It's,
Yeah.
it's
But I
going to be
think
Yeah. Yeah.
Coinbase. Coinbase will rip it when
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin starts pumping again. So it's a seasonal business, whereas Polymarket technically isn't. It will run seasonally in categories, but realistically, it's a media company you're comparing yourself with, or a betting company. So go get Bet365 or
Mm-hmm.
Smarkets or something like that, like an actual betting exchange, and see what their traffic looks like compared to a betting exchange. But again, Americans don't understand betting like Europeans, I'd say, because we
yeah.
have we have country-wide legislation, so we're not pocketed. So the Americans don't really have the same vibe around betting as we do.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
do you think? Do you have that feel where you are as well? Like it's not by
Yeah.
state or anything; it's just by country.
Exactly. And I mean, I grew up using, Bet365, Unibet, all these
Yeah,
websites. So
yeah.
I think, yeah, in the US, I guess it's been state legislation and you only had gambling available in Nevada for a long time. And now it's been kind of unbundling, coming out to other states. You have fantasy sports and so on. So I guess it's changing, but I agree. I mean, I view it. I don't know what's happened in Europe. I've basically stopped using bookmakers, but I think the
No, they're
industry
doing
has
well.
taken a downturn in Europe. They're
No,
doing
no,
well.
they've made record profits this year. There was basically in the UK, we've just done the UK government budget, and there's a
Mhm.
big levy against gambling, and part of it is because they're making lots and lots of profit in the UK. So
Okay.
gambling's still doing really well. I'll tell you what I think, and this might be a bit sideways, right? But what they're not looking at is the companies that already have betting licenses in the US starting their own prediction markets. Like nobody seems to be talking about that because that's about to start happening, right? They're not going to sit here and just take this line down. And it's
Mhm.
really it doesn't need to be on crypto to suck in users. We're just crypto people, and we know why crypto's better. But
Yeah.
it doesn't take much to build a prediction market off chain, particularly if you're already building betting tooling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
order books and so yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so talking about prediction markets in US, finally we've got to this. Will predict will Poly Market US go live in 2025, and it's mixed feelings that I have here. So check out Poly Market to see how competent the devs are. So he's questioning about, okay, they are able to do that on a
Mm.
technical point of view. So the chances from November 21st to November 24th were going down. This is from Ivan, but we know the backstory here with Ivan. And then we see here Atlantis Liquidity. We've been covering his content a lot here. So hello, Polymarket US launched 2025. People still selling $1 for 76 cents and don't realize the mistake. We are getting close to a moment that will change the entire prediction markets. And this was on November 25. This was the most recent post. So after this, this was on 24th, on 25th, we saw this. But that's the kind of mistake that I think then we started the show with this. So this
Mhm.
CFTC approval not necessarily has something to do with the Polymarket US going live, because this approval means that Polymarket can be reached throughout other vendors. But this is actually going live. And what Ivan was highlighting is was questioning the technical aspect of this. This seems to be hoping on a news that is not necessarily related to this to this news. Actually, I don't think the
Yeah.
market. I mean, it seems that the market is moving because of the news, but it's not actually related to this.
Yeah.
So don't trust the news, trust Poly Market, and this one is from 2050 as well. After a spike, it kind of went down, kind of not, it actually went down to hover around 60% chances of Poly Market going live this year.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Let me try and open this market here and see how it is right now, guys.
Yeah. We are currently at 74% for the
74.
yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that I earlier, few weeks ago, bet on the no market, actually, just due to the government shutdown lasting so long and
Mm-hmm.
the CTFC being basically out of the picture. And I don't really doubt the Polymarket team. I think they're
Me
obviously an
neither,
A
yeah.
team. I think they could have it. If it was in their control, they would probably be live already, or at
Mm-hmm.
least soon. And I do think that there's kind of an incentive where Okay, or they would put this market up basically to kind of reward their users, knowing that, okay, we're probably going to be live in December. Let's put this market up and have people gamble on it and hopefully make money. Because if you look at the holder profiles, you have a lot more traders on the yes side than you have on the no side. Because I think people have but they want to see this happen and they want to see Polymarket succeed. So they will have a bias. But I did bet on no
Mhm.
a few weeks ago because of this. I think, we're getting close to the end of the year now. I don't trust government agencies to get anything done in the last 2 weeks of the year.
That's
So
true. That's true.
we have a few
Yeah.
weeks still left.
I would say no, just because of that as well, because of the bureaucracy as well. I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
And also, wouldn't it be nice for them to start January or end January, whatever it is, with being live in the US? Like
Yeah.
that would be
As
also be nice
well.
for them, right? It'd be
After,
a good marketing push because they've done so many marketing announcements. How many more can they do before the end of the year that isn't
yeah.
Polymarket US? So for them as a business, everybody's going to be quite busy and distracted in December because of the Christmas thing.
Yeah,
So in the new
after the
year,
holidays, right? Could be
yeah, that's
better.
what I think.
Yeah, could be. Yeah, as you guys can see, I got some yes positions back like 3 months ago, 3 weeks ago. Don't have any position here, but yeah, I don't think technical aspect will be a problem for that. Only a kind of a timing for markets and of course legal stuff.
Yeah,
Okay, guys,
exactly. And
right? No, go ahead, please. Didn't mean to interrupt you.
no, I can't remember exactly what I was gonna say. Like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I think
Yeah.
people want this to happen, and basically, it's in the hands of bureaucracy. I'm sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought
No,
there.
that's fine. That's fine.
I do that
So,
all the
and
time.
yeah, before we wrap this up, because we are almost in our time, just this that the Poly Market also opened batch 2 for the affiliate program. So there's a chance for you if you want to be part, if you want to get your badge, your referral link, just check this out. Maybe it's good for you. And are you going to save this for tomorrow? So tomorrow, no, sorry, next show. Sam's research analyst at Messari Crypto wrote about how prediction markets are one of the easiest ways to become a better trader. And guys, with these teas for the next show, we are going to end up today's stream. I want to say thanks once again to Frederick. Frederick's building Robin Markets. If you guys don't know Robin Markets yet, make sure to check it out. Test it. You can earn yield on your positions on Poly Markets. Thanks a lot, Frederick. Any last word on how people can follow you? What else to do?
Yeah, I mean, thanks a lot to you guys for having me on. I think if you want to follow us, go head over to X at Robin Markets XYZ. You can follow us over there. We're gonna have quite some nice announcements coming throughout the end of the year. So give us a follow and come earn some points and come be part of this new financial primitive DeFi on top of prediction markets.
Amazing. Pretty cool. Thanks everyone for joining us today. See you guys on Monday and happy Thanksgiving for those who celebrate.
Happy
Bye bye,
Thanksgiving.
guys.
Cheers.
Take care.